Good morning and welcome to Bumblebee Junction.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Have a bit of a fun video today. I'm not going to give it all away completely yet, but yes, we love science experiments here, and yeah, today's going to be no exception. We're going to do a little dissecting, and yeah, I've got some really fun footage, so hold on, and we'll get to it. Okay, got this big beast here, and since I have never seen a radish this big, I'm going to dissect it. Now, one of the first things that I noticed, radishes, regular radishes, have a single taproot coming out of the bottom. And this one has multiple. And you can see how far down it was in the dirt and how much of it grew above the ground. But it's really interesting that it has so many little taproots on it. I wonder if that might be why it grew so big. But I do want to start out by taking these leaves off. But yeah, the top of this is really neat. So let me get these off and then I'll turn it around and we can look at the top. Yeah, that's so big and thick it just seemed a little easier to do it with a knife. One really neat thing about it, let's see if I can't show you, the top of this is really, really shiny. That's pretty cool. And it has multiple tops on it, just like it has multiple roots. But I think I'll take a few of these smaller ones off. I don't wonder if that's not the stem. I mean, it looks like it has a break right there. So that might be the first place I'm going to cut that off. Up here and right here and see what that looks like. Really interested to get in here and see if it's woody, but that part still smells like radish, but you can see, I think that's still part of the top on it. Yeah, it does have a little bit of a hollow spot. Goes up in there just a little ways. But, see, I think I may have cut that just a little bit short. Definitely smells like a radish, but I think the next thing I want to do, I'm going to cut right about here where most of the roots seem to start. It's got a little bit of a split on the side of it, but I think we'll... It does cut really easy. And it doesn't really feel like it's woody, but yeah. It is very interesting that it has so many roots on it. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the center of this. still got a little bit of the hollow in it. But I'm going to cut this into slices. It is a little bit tougher. I can't quite get a straight cut on it. It's still not woody, it's still nice and soft. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I think I'll cut a piece off of this one and just test it. See if it's hot or if it's mild. Get a little bit of salt. It's actually very, very mild. Still really solid, but yeah, just tastes like a mild radish. So I think what I'm going to do is try to get these into a little bit better shape, and maybe we should roast one of them, kind of as a, you know, maybe a radish steak. Alright, let me get these trimmed up, see what I can pull out of it, and then we'll figure out what we want to do next. Okay, now that we've got the science dissection experiment part done, I have decided that I'm going to go ahead and roast this. I have the oven set on 425, but I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the outside off of this. And I did wash it, but I think I'm going to take the outside skin off of this. Okay, not really round, but kind of a really, really neat radish steak. Yeah, and these aren't too hot, so that would be even better. But what I think what I'm going to do is go with garlic and butter. I'm going to put some on the bottom. Put a little on the top. And I'm going to take, and this is the garlic salt that we make. Put some on there. Now I'm going to put this in the oven when it comes up to temp for probably, with as thick as I cut that, probably about a half an hour. But I am going to put a lid on it to keep it from drying out. Yeah, fun science experiments are our specialty. So hold on. Let me get the oven up to temp and get this popped in. Okay, while I'm waiting for the oven to heat up, I went ahead and washed the other 3 steaks that I cut. I'm going to go ahead and get these in the refrigerator. But I was thinking that maybe while I'm waiting, go ahead and do a little bit more dissecting on this, because I'd really like to look inside of here. I'm so curious. I can't help it. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell why it put on so many taproots, but it is a solid piece on the inside. I thought maybe it might be just a weird split, or maybe one seed tried to make more than one radish, but I don't know. Very interesting though. It does have a whole lot of different roots on it. But I have made an absolute mess of this. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up. Maybe it had something to do with our weather. I'm not sure. But that's kind of neat. You can see where it's transitioning from the radish part to the top. You can see the green down into the white. It's really neat. I think it's cool that that's nice and glossy. But I have made quite a bit of a mess. I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up. I'm pretty sure the chickens will probably help me out with some of this. So, yeah. Thank you for sitting through this while I make a mess in the kitchen. I still have the steak in there. And, yeah. We'll check back in just a little bit when it's ready and see how it came out. Okay, we are out of the oven. So we're doing a science experiment inside of a science experiment inside of a science experiment. But got to see how this is. Smells really good, but anything cooked with butter and salt is good, you know it is. Very, very good. Wasn't exactly sure what to think about a radish that big. But we've had a bit of fun with it. And yeah, it turned out pretty good. Alright. But I'm not going to sit here and eat this on video, but I am going to finish it up. So hold on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's all the footage that I have for today, but did have a whole lot of fun. We originally planted those Crunchy King radishes to see if they would grow just as well in the fall as they did for us in the spring, and yeah, obviously they did. But I am still very surprised that I missed that one. I knew there was a big one in there, but there was so much green and leaves on it, and I didn't go digging, so yeah, it grew and grew and grew. And yeah, I had been taking fresh radishes from the other side of the bed and hadn't seen it, so that was a whole lot of fun. So there's science experiment number 1. And then I had to go in and cut it open and see if I could figure out exactly why it grew that big, and I still don't know. But it was a whole lot of fun. I was really tickled that it didn't turn out hard. It didn't turn out woody, and it didn't get too soft or anything. So, yeah, whole lot of fun. And yeah, and then I had to go ahead and do another little science experiment and see if it was just as good as a regular roasted radish. And yeah, it came out great. But anything that you add butter and garlic to, wonderful stuff. So yeah, whole lot of fun. But I do have a few things that I need to get to, so hold on. And yeah, I should just go ahead and go. Anyway, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell. It'll let you know when we are out here having another fun experiment that's garden related. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything at all in your mind, please leave them in the little box below. And if you enjoyed today's video as much as I did, please give it a thumbs up. But I am going to go ahead and get on out of here. Don't forget we love you, and we'll see you in the next one.